Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. You saw all the flyers going through at the beginning, different events happening throughout the city, some in South Carolina, some in North Carolina, Charlotte area. Go to the Facebook page if you missed the information. Every Sunday, Brandon Brown, Mr. Excitement is, and then DJ Bless, Mitch Patterson from 12 to 4 are at the Sound Check Hookah Lounge. And so if you need the address, all these flyers will be in the Facebook group. I know this Saturday, currently happening right now, is a baby giveaway. So it's all kinds of things going on. Sometimes we sit at home and we're like, what's happening in the city? What's going on around us? So check out all those flyers. Might be something you're interested in participating in or volunteering and helping the organization out. But either way, we want you to be encouraged and, just living life to the best of your ability, right? So I'm excited today. This is a brand new guest for all of us. This is my first time meeting Lena Lay, and she's got a new single out called Throw It All Away. So, Lena, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. And yourself?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. Well, thank you for being now. You come on first time. We treat you like a guest, but after this, be family. You can go in the kitchen and get your own drink, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
me.
but since it's your first time, I want to give you opportunity just to greet the Making Connections family and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So, hi everyone. My name is Lane. I'm an urban pop artist from the DMV area. I started pursuing music professionally about for a couple of years now, and I just released my latest single called "Throw It All Away" that released on March 11th. And this is really like a big shift from the music I was currently making. And this is more, getting more positive, getting more, personal, a little emotional, and it's just the response has been awesome. It blows me away, honestly. So yeah, I'm just riding this road, and I just seeing where it takes me. I'm just so blessed and so grateful.
Awesome. Well, I love artists because I just think it's so amazing, what you guys do. You can take music and create music depending on what's going on in the atmosphere, what's happening in communities, what the world needs now. You can develop a message that helps us go through, whatever we're going through in this season of our lives. And, so I heard you say that it's a little bit different. The newest release is a little bit different from what you've been doing. So why the shift for this song?
Um, I just felt it was. I kind of was at a point where I just, or I came to the realization more so that the kind of music that I was creating, that I was putting out there, I guess long story short, it wasn't really me. I kind of felt like I was probably putting it out. It's probably a multitude of reasons, but I felt like I probably was putting it out more so because I felt like I had to. I felt like this was the only way I would get an audience, in today's music. But after a while, it's like, no, this is a hard career to pursue. I'm just being honest,
Yeah.
and I just wanted some part of it. I wanted to connect with it more. And it wasn't fulfilling. For me to say the least. And with Throw It All Away, it's I'm speaking directly with my struggles. That I encounter with pursuing music. My fears. Battling with anxiety and stuff like that, and I just get really personal and very emotional. And for me, I just, that just really felt like, just, I don't know, I just really found that point in my career where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This, this is really me. This is the message that I want to send. So that's really the whole reason behind the shift.
Awesome. And I always say it really doesn't matter who my guest is, whether you're an author, whether you're an artist, entrepreneur. I think we can all still speak to one another because we're all, in this world together. We're all really one big community. And so even, hearing you say that there were some struggles in it, because don't you think that a lot of times people will have a dream, have a vision, and want to pursue it, but then they bump into a wall or they have a struggle and then they just let it die.
Right. And I've honestly encountered that, a couple times, more times than I would have liked, because it gets overwhelming. There's a lot of pressure on you. Sometimes you feel like you're not really making any progress. You don't feel like you're doing the right things. So it's very easy to get discouraged and to want to, quit. But, quitting is the easy way out. And, coming up as being someone who would quit pretty easily, I just knew that I wanted different. Now this is what I want to do, and I just I just have to do what it takes. And quitting, I know definitely is not going to get me there. So I just, I'm just trying to,
Right.
I find ways to cope. I find ways to hold on. The love and the support that I've been shown has been tremendous, and is really honestly what keeps me going. My number one is my family. They're everything to me.
Right.
So yeah, that's just what I'm on.
Awesome. And just like you were saying, I think, a lot of times we have that internal struggle, but it seems like even when we're not doing what we know we really should be doing, it seems like that internal struggle is even worse than when we're not in our purpose, don't you think? Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. For me, I was always internally, it's like, yeah, I'm fighting to pursue music, to get my name out, to get exposure, fighting with myself, and that's one of the lines I say in the song, only you that stands in your way. Like, it really was me standing in my own way. And, I see that I, did something different. I got a much better result. I got a much more desired result. So, yeah, sometimes you just, you want things you never had. You got to be willing to do things you've never done. And, I see that firsthand, so, yeah.
yeah. And do that, and like you said, the showing up authentically. You're getting that result because a lot of times we think we put on that mask, we're playing the role, and we do it well, but people can really tell. You can only do it for so long, right? But then
Yeah.
you show up authentic, and you're like, "This is my life. This is what I've been doing." You put it to some rhythm, and it just shows up different, right?
Absolutely. I think, I'm sorry. A big thing with me is that I'm kind of socially awkward. So, and a big thing in this career is that, you have to network and, make connections and kind of stuff like that. That's extremely, extremely important. And that is like terrifying to me. It seemed like, oh, what are you doing? You're just talking to people. It's like, it's like you're asking me to jump off a bridge. Like, it was very terrifying, a lot of the times. I'm standing outside the venue, I'm taking deep breaths, I'm trying to calm my anxiety, and it's something so simple, and then I would get embarrassed by that, I would get angry with myself, and it was just a never ending negative cycle. So I was like, I just have to break it. I can't do this anymore. I'm maybe young right now, but I'm not going to be young forever. Like, whatever move I need to make, I need to make it now. So yeah. But I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad that I pushed myself, and people in my life. I'm very grateful and blessed to have. And honestly, without them, that's the reason why I'm here. I needed someone to push me. I needed someone to tell me, like, hey, this is what you have to do. So, and I'm kind of just in that. I'm kind of in that space where I'm just trying to, just trying to keep it going. I'm just trying to stay motivated, trying to stay focused, and by grace of God, it's working out for me.
Awesome, awesome. So you said you really started pursuing music like 3 years ago?
Yeah, so I've been writing pretty much all my life. I'm a writer at heart,
Oh,
and I started out, in school. I was writing little stories and stuff like that. Stuff that that made me feel good, and to pass the time or whatever. And when I initially started pursuing music, it's kind of really an interesting way that it started. Um, a person who's very, very close to me, and ended up being my manager. We had gotten into it. We had a disagreement, and I I had to make it up. So she was like, "Okay, so if you want to make it up to me, you have to write me a song." And at this point in time, I had never written any music. I never even considered it. I wasn't even writing stories at that time. I was just, kind of just living life, and at that moment, I hadn't really thought about what I really wanted to do. So I was like, okay, so I wrote the song. I don't know where I pulled the lyrics from, but I wrote it. She was like, this is amazing. She was like, you wrote this. She's like, you should keep going. So I just, kept writing and writing and, trying to keep honing my craft. And, eventually I just started pursuing music. It was nothing that I knew all my life I wanted to pursue, initially starting out, I wanted to be a nurse because from the heart, I love taking care of people. I love speaking up for people. I love, being the voice. I'll be terrified to defend myself, but you need me to stand up for you or anything like that. Like, I'm there. So, yeah. So, but at the same time, I was like, I could find a way to do that through my music. And that's when I started to shift to being more positive, to being, to spread a more, spread a message of, peace and love and, positivity and stuff like that. So that is, that's fulfilling for me. I'm not just pursuing something, to be financially stable or anything like that. I'm pursuing something because, it's in my heart and it's something that I feel good about. So, I say all that to say is, I just kind of just hopped into it and I'm just kind of seeing where it takes me. And I'm just, praying to God and, counting my blessings and just, trying to pay attention and, just just trying to live. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's like what I think they call them like God stop moments where it's like, your friend challenged you to do something and it's something like you said you were dabbling in all your life, but at the same time, now God was ready to really unleash you and take it to another level. And it came from just you know, I think everything happens for a reason. I guess that's what I'm trying to get to. The little spat that you had with your friend and to make it up, she asked for a song, but now look at where it's taking you. And that's just so amazing. That's an awesome story.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really how ironic how things can turn out just from something so small. And this was years ago, so it's yeah, definitely I feel the same way you do.
I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit more about, because I know Jonathan Coleman, who's your PR person. Shout out to Jonathan.
Yeah,
If you
so
ever need some help, reach out to Jonathan because he wrote up a little thing about your new song and connected it a little bit to mental health. So why is that important for you? We all have different things that we believe in, but why is that piece of our journey so important to you?
well, I myself battle with anxiety, and it can get pretty significant sometimes. And I just know in today's society, there's a terrible stigma around mental illness, and due to that, people don't really seek out the help or even admit to themselves or anybody else that they are struggling with something, and because they're afraid of being judged or this, that, and third, whatever. So I wanted to pursue that or to really, kind of bring that to the table more so to, to show people that it's okay, that it's totally human to go through these things. We don't ask to go through these things. We shouldn't be judged to go through these things. Like, we should just be more supportive. We should, spread more peace and more love. We shouldn't really be out here judging people for anything anyway when we're not perfect ourselves. So I just wanted people to feel, like that even though it may be something that's holding you back, there's power in your struggles, there's power in your pain and your fear, and you kind of just have to turn that into fuel. Because I think what would honestly be worse, letting these things get in the way of life or stuff like that, or not, admitting yourself and getting help and achieving the quality of life that you deserve. That regret is going to be terrible. And it's not when this once you get to that point in your life, you just let everything pass by and you never did what you wanted to do or whatever because of this and that. It's like it's like what can you do? And it's like I'd rather have been scared or whatever and still pursue that than just let what I really wanted pass me by because of something that I could have addressed, because of something that I could have gotten help for. But I'm so afraid of what society thinks of me and all that kind of stuff. And it's like no, I want to be a normal thing. I wanted to make it just like it's a regular everything. Okay, you have anxiety. Okay, you may be depressed. Okay, you may be bipolar. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you crazy. That doesn't make none of that stuff. No, that just means that everybody has a story. Everybody has something that they're going through. And this is just what happens to be for you. So it's like, honestly, how are you going to act on it? Because we're all not perfect. So it's not about, what happens or, what mistakes we did. It's more so how are you going to fix it? How are you going to address, certain stuff?
Right.
So I'm just, so music, since I wanted to pursue nursing in a way it's kind of medical because, you know, music can honestly be therapy. You know, you listen to music and empower you because you can see that people are listening to music today because they're, you know, they're out here doing crazy stuff. They're out here, you know, following that stuff that they hear in today's music. So I'm like, okay, if I can do this, I can push this message. You know, hopefully, honestly, we can start to see some change, and you know, people they can, I don't know, they can just feel better about themselves because honestly, today that's not it. You know, everybody's trying to one up each other, be better than each other, and you know, we should really be supporting each other and loving each other and spreading peace because
Right.
you know that's all what we all need and that's what we all deserve, honestly.
Right. And you, excuse me, you are so right about music being medicinal because, you know, we play it for babies. We even play it in our, when the babies are in our tummies, right? Because,
Right. Before put the headphones and stuff.
yeah, we play it for people who are in the hospital when they're not feeling well. We put on their favorite song or their favorite genre of music. You know, I've seen it so many times. So music is really important. And that's why I love having different artists on because I love to hear their stories. What made you get started? You know, who do you hope to influence? And so that's one of my questions. What I mean, you've talked about what kind of impact you want your music to have, but where do you want it to go from here? I mean, do you want to write soundtracks for movies, or where do you want it to go, or where do you see it at this moment?
So I feel like I'm honestly kind of in between. So you know, so I don't know if I want to really consider just, you know, just pursuing artistry or, you know, being an artist or help artists, you know, and be a songwriter. For a long time, the ultimate goal was to be a songwriter, to not be eventually, you know, fade out of the spotlight and to just, you know, write for other artists. Um, I will say right now, I still feel that way for the most part, but I don't want to say, to, you know, that's what it is solidified because you know, I honestly don't know right now, you know, especially with, and I'll be honest, especially with the way things are changing, you know, I may want to pursue being an artist for a while, you know, things change and, you know, our feelings change. But honestly, my ultimate goal is to, you know, do my thing, you know, and get, you know, get out there, get exposure, get connected with certain people, and to, you know, eventually just start to write for other artists, and you know, and then just be a songwriter. So, yeah.
Listen, I'm excited. I'm ready to hear your song. So, um, um, Alan, get that ready. So, you know, we are talking to Lena Lay. She has a new single out. It's called "Throw It All Away," and so it's on. It just dropped on the 11th, right?
Yes, March 11th.
And it can be found on all platforms.
March 10th. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Mhm.
But it can be found on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, all the different platforms.
Yes. Yeah. Throw It All Away is out now on all major streaming platforms, wherever you like to listen to music.
Yes, listen, that's a big deal, girl.
Thank you so much.
All right, so now we're going to listen to Throw It All Away by Lena Lay. Sometimes I don't.
Waist up, take a breath, though it's hard. Take my hand, just hold on, it's not far away. In the moment, strong's not there. Searching, all you find is fear. Only you that stands in your way. Man, I'm so tired, I'm so damn tired. Just take me higher, always a fighter. It's overwhelming, but that doesn't matter. It's damning, getting lower. I need someone to come and light my fire. The only thing I own and don't want is this pain and fear. One day is here, tomorrow I'll just throw it all away. You gotta want it, baby, know that it just won't appear. Don't be so hard on yourself, just throw it all away. There's no shortcut that's been proven, then what am I really doing? Say I got it, I don't, man, who am I fooling? I don't really like the morning, blessed to see it, though no joking, feeling like I'm chosen, I'm just working through it. Man, I'm so tired, I'm so damn tired. Just take me higher, always a fighter. We're taking chances,
didn't see it in the beginning.
Awesome. So we were listening to Throw It All Away by Lena Lay. You can find it on all streaming media platforms. Yes, girl. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so how many singles have you already put out?
Uh, I don't know an exact number, but it's pretty loud. Maybe 20, maybe. I
Okay.
just, but yeah, I've put out a great deal.
Awesome. So, some guests come on and, they're just busy writing music and putting it out. Some are preparing for a tour. Do you do any local stages there in the DMV area?
Oh yeah, every open mic or show that I come across, I try to see how I can be a part. I'm definitely very active, in the community with performing and all that kind of stuff. And I've been recently, I've been blessed to travel and stuff like that. So I've been recently, traveling and performing and all that kind of stuff. Like I've just performed 2 shows in LA recently, and they were, awesome. So yeah, I'm just, just seeing if I can
You
get.
doing it, girl. You out there. I love it. I love it.
Thank-
Awesome. That's cool. Well, listen, are you coming to the Charlotte area anytime? Charlotte, North Carolina?
Oh yeah, I definitely would be down to. Absolutely.
We have to get Jonathan to work on that one right there. If
Sounds
anybody can make it happen, it will be Jonathan.
Yeah, yes, I totally agree with that.
Awesome. So, other than writing, like, is your family like a musical family? I know sometimes people have brothers and sisters who sing, they sing together. How about your family?
Um, as far as like pursuing a career in music, not really. But my sisters, our birthdays are actually a day apart. We're like super huge on music. Like we have a big love for music.
Okay.
She is like we're always listening to music if we're not doing anything else, and we're like very similar with that. I think it's really cute. But I think we all love music for different reasons. But it's honestly really just me trying to pursue it as a career. So.
Okay. Cool. Well, when you were coming up, you're growing up, who were some of your influences for music?
Um, my favorite rapper is Drake, and it's mainly because he's very emotional. I love how he just speaks his mind, and he's not trying to play all hard. He's just being himself, and I can really connect with that. I can really respect that. Michael Jackson, big time. He's just such an amazing performer. Such a beautiful, unique voice. His music will never ever get old for me. Um, Logic is definitely he's one of my favorite rappers. Definitely a close second. I just really love how positive he is. I love how he's tried to bring awareness, and it really honestly inspired me to want to do that as well. So he's a really big inspiration for the direction I'm trying to pursue my music now, and he's just awesome, and he's very talented. So those are really like three of my biggest inspirations.
Cool. Another question I ask artists sometimes is, um, if you had your option to, perform with somebody, because sometimes the answer is not the same as, who you kind of idolize. But if you had the chance to perform with somebody, someone who's from the past and someone who's still present, who would those two people be?
Um, when you say like the past, like they're not currently like
Like they deceased or something. Yeah.
understood. I mean, I don't know if I would be worthy, I don't say for it, but I try to be, humble. But
Right.
definitely performing with Michael Jackson would have been, out of this world. That
Right.
would have been the best nights of my life. Presently, I would love to perform with Drake. I feel like we would have such an emotional connection on stage that would really be felt during the show. And I think Jack Harlow too. I think because we kind of have like the same groove on stage, so we'll like have the same energy, So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Listen, gotta put it out in the atmosphere sometimes. Who knows what might happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So, what do you do in your free time when you're not writing or performing? What do you like to do?
I'm a big bookworm. I've been one since I could hold a book, honestly. I love to read. I have I'm counting the dogs. I think I have 3 or 4 dogs. Because I used to foster and stuff, so it switches out. I love my dogs. Take them walking. Play with them. I love to do a lot of things with my family. Um, just to just have that quality time. Um, and I just love listening to music, and I write a lot, because I'm a big writer, but I just be chilling, I'm a homebody. I like to go out and party and have a good time too, but I just be chilling and just doing my own thing.
I hear you, girl. Sometimes I'm out and then I'm like, oh, I just want to be at the house.
Yeah. Like the social battery runs out. It's like, okay, it's time to
That
go
part.
home. Time to recharge. So yeah.
So, when you're writing songs, I mean, like, what's your writing process? I know some people do some music and then put words to the music. I know some people just get random thoughts and they write them down and then they put them together later. What's your process for putting a song together and writing it?
I mean, it's actually a little bit of what you just said. I will say mainly I listen to the beat to kind of, to get a vibe, to get a feel, and then I kind of just let the words come. Or I heard the beat and I'll like come up with a topic. I'm like, okay, I want the topic to be like this, and then I'll try to put the words to fit that topic. Sometimes, it could be anything. I could be washing dishes, I could be driving, I could be eating whatever. A really good line will pop in my head. I heard pick up the phone and go to notes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write that down. That's gonna be, in a future song, and I just find a way how to squeeze that line in. Or if I, thought a really cool line, I'm like, oh, I want to put that in a song. Or I think of a topic that I hear something happen in everyday life, and I just want to, I just want to cover this in the topic. I'm like, oh, I want to, bring awareness to that. So I'll like write it down, do a song about such and such, So it's really just like a little bit of everything. It really depends on, how I'm feeling at the time. So.
Oh, cool. So if I was like a young artist and I was like, man, I don't really know what I want to do. I think I want to write or I might want to sing. But I'm just scared, I don't think I'm good enough. I mean, so many wonderful people out there. Who would listen to my stuff? What would be some words of wisdom you would share with me if I told you that?
I mean, you honestly just described me. But honestly, going what I've gone through with, pursuing music and what I know now, I would honestly say that, it's always going to be scary. But sometimes you honestly got to do it scared. That's not going to go away. It'll get easier to deal with, but, it's not going to go away, but I think being nervous and stuff, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you humble. It keeps you on your toes. And I would just say, utilize a lot of patience, try to soak up as much knowledge about the career that you're trying to pursue as much as you can. And if you necessarily don't know what you want to do, in the entertainment industry, whether you want to be an artist, whether you want to write for artists, whether you want to film artists, whatever it is, I would honestly just do a little bit of everything. Go to a music video shoot, go to a studio session with an artist and see if you like that environment to write for them. Record music yourself, write music yourself for you, and really see what you can connect, what connects with what is really like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy, honestly. This is what, I feel more connected with. So the only way really to know for sure is exposure. So it just kind of just got to put yourself out there and just kind of see where it goes, and just after that, once you get set in that, just stay consistent, stay persistent, try to surround yourself with positive people, try to maintain a positive mindset. That's definitely easier said than done. Try to stay focused and, try to utilize patience, because that's going to be a big thing. And that's one of the one of the few things that ultimately cause people to quit, because they feel like, oh, okay, nothing has happened now, it's never going to happen. So
Right.
you just gotta, and then just try to kind of enjoy the experience, try to find happiness in the difficult times, and just kind of like yeah, just ride it out. And you never know what can happen. Things can really change in a blink of an eye. One day it could be normal, one day everybody knows who you are. So you kind of just keep the faith and stay positive, and I really think you'll be all right no matter what you pursue. I think it froze. Oh snap.
Wait, stop, take a breath, though it's hard. Take my hand, just hold on, it's not far away. In the moment, strong's not there. Searching, all you find is fear. Only you that stands in your way. Man, I'm so tired, I'm so damn tired. Just take me higher, always a fighter. It's overwhelming, but that doesn't matter. It's dim and getting lower. I need someone to come and light my fire. The only thing I own and don't want is this pain and fear. One day is here, tomorrow I'll just throw it all away. You gotta want it, baby, know that it just won't appear. Don't be so hard on yourself, just throw it all away. There's no shortcut that's been proven, then what am I really doing? Say I got it, I don't, man, who am I fooling? I don't really like the morning, blessed to see it, though no joking, feeling like I'm chosen, I'm just working through it. Man, I'm so tired, I'm so damn tired. Just take me higher, always a fighter. We're taking chances, but that doesn't matter. It's dim and getting lower. I'll be the gas, can you be my igniter? The only thing I own and don't want is this pain and fear. One day is here, tomorrow I'll just throw it all away. You gotta want it, baby, know that it just won't appear. Don't be so hard on yourself, just throw it all away. Said I'll throw it all away. I'll throw it all away. Said I'll throw it all away. Said I'll throw it all away. I'll throw it all.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, Lena, about that. I'm not sure what happened.
Technology, right?
Listen, I was just like, now, wait a minute. We were doing so good.
right.
But thank you, Alan. He jumped right in there like, let me play this music again. Because
Hey.
we are here for you. We want to feature your music. We want to, applaud you for what you're doing. I like to try to stay aware of things that are going on. We know it's Women's History Month, so you're a woman who's making history, making changes, and affecting somebody else's um, future. And so, definitely want to give you kudos. So, I'm
Mhm.
excited for you. So, is there like this industry? I know I hear you say that you had some rough spells, some hard times. So, what are some of those things? Can you share some of those experiences that were kind of rough? Was it trying to get the right team together, the right person for your music? What were some of those issues?
I think is a big part of it was definitely developing myself to be an artist. There's the kind of way you got to present yourself, how you got to execute things, and those were, they were drastically different from how I, you know, honestly carry myself. I'm very laid back and chill and stuff like that, and I don't really react to much, and that, that may come off to people differently, like I'm uninterested or bored or anything like that. So I just, just finding better ways to express myself, just, being enthusiastic and, staying focused and just, leveling up as far as writing and stuff like that. It's very easy to fall into a comfort zone, and you don't want nobody to tell you around, oh, that can be better or whatever, or that wasn't that great or something. You get in your feelings, and you don't want to hear nothing else. And that wasn't right. I was shutting the door on myself to, to learn and to, expand my mind frame and stuff like that. So that was definitely big because it was such a drastic change for me, as a person. I had to develop, honestly, as a person, to be, who I needed to be as an artist. So that was a lot. It was a lot of clashing, with people on my team, a lot of back and forth, and it got kind of rough for a while. And it's just kind of finding a way of getting past that and getting through that. It was things that would happen in my life that would, pull me back towards music or anything, where I would get discouraged, or I would, start getting negative in my mind and start behaving like I wanted to quit. And it's so ironic that you asked that, because when I was just really honestly starting to feel like that and get solidified in that, my grandfather ended up passing away. So
Wow.
that it was sudden, it would happen so fast, and it kind of just threw me for a loop. And because of that, I released a song called 1949, which is the year he was born, and in his memory, as a tribute. And it kind of really just reminded me, or it just kind of refreshed me, like, yeah, you love this music thing, you're good at expressing yourself, you're good at writing, and doing what you do. Like, it gets hard, but you can do this. So sometimes it's nice to have those things to kind of like bring you out. And I thank God for that. I thank him all the time. I'm very, I have a very strong relationship with God. And I honestly feel like, he's always looked out for me, even when I didn't deserve it. And, he always just found a way to bring me back. And I really appreciated that, because I would get discouraged very fast. I'm very emotional. I'm highly sensitive. And, I feel like I feel more than people generally do. So I would be affected a lot more than I probably should have been. So it's kind of developing that thick skin, and just I don't know. You got to be a little tough sometimes. You don't have to be hard or mean or anything like that. But you just got to put on the, I don't know, put on the big boy pants or whatever they say, to get through what you have to do. So that's kind of really the biggest thing for me. Just being confident in what I do, and just showing the world that as well.
Right. You said a lot of good stuff right there. I mean, seriously, because I'm the same way. I've been doing this for a couple of years, and if my guests would like not show up for the day, I'm like, "Well, why didn't they show up for my show? Do they not like me?" It would always be something about me, and it wasn't even about me. you know, their lights, because the city was out. They didn't have any power to join. Their connection wasn't what they thought it was going to be, so they couldn't join. But I always made it about me, right? So I think that's really good advice, because whatever you're trying to do, whether it's write music, whether it's start a business, whether it's, open a bakery, be a school teacher, whatever it is, in this day and season, you really have to develop, like you said, not a hardness where you're mean and nasty, but you got to be able to know that everything's not against you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, even being a teacher, you know, you'd be like, why these kids don't listen to me? They go to this other teacher's class and they be so quiet. You know, it's just maybe it's not something that interests them like the other class does. You know, you got to think above and beyond what you just see with your eyes, right?
Yeah, definitely got to separate, from those emotions, because it's really easy to fall into that, and just realize that, a lot of things aren't personal, and I had to learn that for myself. It's like, oh, someone told you, oh, you could have did that better or whatever, and it's like, oh, you thought it just told me I can't write, my music sucks, all that kind of stuff, and it's like it's not at all. It's like, no, I'm trying to give you pointers. I'm trying to help you. Like, no, you have potential. You're onto something, but I think this just can be executed better. So, I definitely, that was a big thing for me. I don't want to say like I made things about me, because that's not necessarily what it is, but I always did take it personal. I always did think I was the problem, and it was
Right.
something to fix or something like that. And it's like, no, it's not that. It's not you. Like, it's really not personal. So, and once I accepted that fact, it did get a lot easier for me to accept criticism and to accept feedback and stuff. And now I honestly look forward to it, because it does help me develop and to be better. So, yeah, I think that's a really human thing to deal with, but there's ways past it, definitely.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's an important part of having a team, you know, because your team is really there to help you. And, you know, I always tell people make sure you have people on your team who are honest. You know, don't just have the people that are always like, yeah, that was great, that was good. No, you need somebody, maybe not everybody on your team, but you need somebody to be like, that was good, but I know you can do better because I've heard better from you. You know what I'm saying? And be
Sound
able to do that.
sound like my manager. And I've always appreciated her feedback. I've always appreciated her honesty. Her feedback, of course, but I've always appreciated her honesty, because she is brutally honest. I don't think I know anybody else in my life that is as honest as her, and it's such a blessing. And I'm so blessed to have her, in that aspect, because she's not telling me it to hurt my feelings. So she can be as brutally honest as she wants, and I already know in my mind, okay, she's telling me this to better me, not to put me down or to belittle me or to chastise me or anything like that. She just wants me to be better. She knows I can be better, and she knows I can push myself to do these things, and she knows that I'm capable, and she feels that I'm capable. So it's that's a huge blessing, and that's I don't think I'd be where I am. I wouldn't be where I am. I don't think nothing. I know I wouldn't. That's she's a true blessing from God, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Kudos to your manager. Yes.
And
We love, you know, we need those people. You know, we need those moments. And the thing about it, life happens. Like you said, when your grandfather passed away, it was all of a sudden. I mean, let's just be real. My internet is spotty because I'm at the rehab facility, you know, because my stepdad is in rehab. So, you know, and I'm over here visiting, but I was like, I got to do this show. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna make it work. And so sometimes, you know, it doesn't just fall easily, just doesn't come together every day. Some days you have those times and it's like sweet, but sometimes you gotta shift some things. You gotta shift your attitude. I mean, I could have been like, I'm not doing this show today, da, da, da. But it's not about me, it's about this show. It's about us coming together and talking about our struggles, but how we've overcome them. It's us talking about your music and what it's gonna do in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, you know, you have to get outside of yourself.
absolutely, first off, I want to say, I hope everything's okay with your stepfather, and I pray that everything works out. But definitely, I think it all boils down to discipline. There's going to be a lot of things you're not going to want to do. No matter what career you have, it's like discipline is doing stuff even when you don't want to do it. It's not always about what you like to do. It's not always about fun and playtime all the time. Sometimes these things just have to be done, and that's just decisions that we have to make as mature adults. And it's real easy to be like, oh, this is going wrong, let me find every reason to not have, no, sometimes you gotta, okay, how can I switch and make this work? Because this has to be done. There's no way around it. There's no one else who can do it. This is just what I have to do. And you just, it's really in your mind frame. You got to hone your mind frame. You can't be in your head, oh, but I don't want to, because I know, because I've been there. You don't want to fall into that. You want to, be like, okay, this is what has to be done. That's just it. And it does get easy. It gets a little easier, I'm not going to say, oh, okay, you're going to love it, but it does get easier to cope with and to manage. And you just, eventually you're just going to accept it as part of the career, that's, or whatever you do in life. That's just, it is what it is.
Right. Because, a lot of people think, they see artists and they're traveling and, they're going to all these cities and stuff like that. But it's tiring sometimes, right? You're like, do I have another show today?
It's real easy to start thinking like that. And you got to be ready to shut it down. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. And that's when, when I'm doing these things, I try to, have a little fun with it or, stuff like that. But it's emotionally taxing, and it will wear down on you after a while. Some days you're like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to lay in the bed all day and, do this, that, and that, but you can't. So those are the parts that people don't see. All they see is, they just see the fruits of your labor, but they don't see the labor. Like, there's a lot that goes into this. So, everything is not just rainbows and sunshine. A lot of days, for a while, it may be hard and you may just be down and whatever, but there's some days that you up and you feel great and you're positive and you're focused and whatever. Nothing lasts forever, and that included. So it's just a part of it, really.
I like that because I try to remind myself, seasons change, just hold on. It may look like this right now, and I haven't shared that in a while on the show, so I'm glad you said that because whatever season you're in, just keep going. We don't want people to give up, even going back to the mental health, awareness and being mentally fit, sometimes you do have to step away. Like even for the show, there was a couple of weeks I just did a rerun. I was like, I know I'm not going to be able to do it. I know I'm not going to be able to show up. So let's just do this rerun because we still have to take care of our vessels as well, right? So that we can show up, right?
Absolutely. That's definitely beneficial. It's like, yeah, stay on your grind, do what you have to do, but also know when it is time to rest, because if you burn out, you're no good to no one, even yourself. So it's definitely very beneficial and needed to take those time to have that work-life balance as much as you can and just take some time to yourself and kind of, recoup, recharge, and come back, a better version of yourself. Because when you're at that stage, you're going to give the best to what you do because you're at your best. So definitely, you've got to find some balance. You just got to balance yourself in life. So.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes you a minute to figure out what that balance is going to be like, but that's okay. Keep working at it because whatever your gift is, whatever your talent is, we need you. I need these songs. I need you to tell me today to throw it all away because before, if that technical difficulty, that would have sent me to another place. I was like, we're just going to throw that thought away. It's okay. So thank you for that today.
Yeah. Oh, go. I feel so good knowing that.
Yeah. So, I always like to, I want to give you opportunity again to tell people how they can follow you. If you have some shows coming up, let us know that. And yeah, we'll go from there. So first of all, how can they follow you?
Absolutely. So you can connect with me on all social media platforms at The Real Layna Lay. That's TheRealLaynalae. I just released my latest single called Throw It All. Called Throw It All. It's out now on all major streaming platforms, wherever you like to listen to music. I'm actually getting ready to shoot the video for Throw It All Away at the end of this month. So I'm very excited for that and excited to share that with you guys. Definitely got things in the background working all the time, always trying to do something and, just creating more content and showing up, for you guys and, just giving the people what they want. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate, because I know this is a sacrifice, to sit down and tell your story, but it's so important for you to tell your story. It's so important for people to get to know you. They'll be like, I never heard of Layna Lay, but, I like her spirit. I like what she's saying. I like where her music is coming from. So, hopefully you'll keep on growing, get more followers and people, just cheering you on. And so we are making connections with Aly. We're here every Saturday at noon. and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, we're here to continue sharing stories, telling about how we've overcome even in our situations. And so make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, check out our YouTube channel, go subscribe. Make sure you like this video and share it with others, because every story we try to inspire people to keep going, to live life to its fullest. You know, you may have had some setbacks, you may have had some disappointments, but it's okay because we all have. And so just get back and keep trying, keep going. Reach out to somebody if you do need help. You know, we really can't do this all by ourselves. I used to try to do everything on my own. I was like, I ain't got time to wait on nobody. But I am learning I cannot do it all by myself. And so you really do need to, and sometimes it takes time finding your tribe, finding your team. But I promise you, if you take that time and do it, it'll be well worth it. Don't you think, Lena?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, what would be your last words of encouragement or a piece of advice that you would like to leave with our viewers today?
Just no matter what, whatever's going on in life, just remember to stay true to yourself. Try your best to think for yourself. Try your best not to compare yourself to other people. You're not them and they're not you. You're unique, you're special, you are loved, and you deserve what you want in life. You deserve to be happy just like everybody else. And, just be patient, whatever you want to do. Be positive, try to be positive in whatever you do, try to put your best foot forward, and whatever you would truly love and care about, just give it your all. And don't let nobody tell you nothing. Don't let nobody try to stop you. Don't let nobody tell you not to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself first before anybody else will. So, no matter what, at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is happiness. And the ultimate goal, I think, is to just spread peace and to spread that love, and to just, to be, I think, just to ultimately be a good person and to inspire people to want to do the same.
Yes, yes. And I'll go back to something you said earlier that, if you're even in the music industry and you're not really sure what you want to do, sometimes, again, we let people just kind of turn us around because you're like, well, you doing this business? I thought you was doing that. It's okay. I tell parents, and I think this is where the internet started going crazy. I tell parents, let your child play soccer, let them play football, let them play basketball until they find that thing that they really love and enjoy. I know we want to say, well, they just jump around, they're not consistent in anything. That's okay. Let them find their niche. So if you're somebody out there who's listening and you're like, I just still don't know what I want to do with my life, try different things. It's okay. Do what you need to do to get in that place of peace and purpose for you. Right?
Absolutely. Just expose yourself. Just be out there.
Yeah. Well, Lena, it was such a pleasure having this interview with you today. Listen, like I said, now you're family. Whatever you got going on, whenever you got singles dropping, we'll probably play your music some on the a couple more shows this month. So whenever you got stuff dropping, let us know so we can tell the followers. And if you're performing anywhere, let us know because we will definitely talk about you in a good way.
Georgie, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate getting more family members. Thank you.
Exactly. We're all growing. All right. Well, you take care. And again, we are here for you. We are your family. And so you guys, again, we'll return on Monday. I think, is it fourth Monday already? I think it's JT. He's on every fourth Monday for inspiration and motivation. He helps us to end out the month on a good note and start the next one on a high. And then every fourth Saturday, we have food reviews by Two Trejo. Different places, some vegan, some not, some bakeries, different things. Just to kind of let you know, try some different things. Let you know where to go on the weekends. So we're excited. So as always, thank you, Lena. You have a good night. And as always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon, Lena.
Bye bye. Thank you.